American women were told that staying home was their civic duty, but ironically, that rule created America's first political female thinkers. Here's how two women in 1800s Massachusetts used motherhood to shape American politics. In the early republic, women could not vote. But ideology gave them influence. And that ideology was Republican motherhood, which believed that running a virtuous home was women's civic duty, promising them a sense of political influence without actually giving them power. One of the earliest and most important examples of this is Mariah W. Stewart, a Black political writer and activist active in 1830s Boston. Born in 1803, she was the first woman of any race to publicly lecture in front of a mixed audience of Black men and women and white men and women. Her 1831 essay in The Liberator offered a Black nationalism rooted in the divine importance of Black mothers, the African American home, Christian morality, the self-determination of Black people in the United States, all while calling out white America's oppression and critiquing white women's hypocrisy. While Stewart used this rhetoric to challenge inequality, Catherine Beecher used the same rhetoric to enforce the same power structures, with a small caveat. Her book, Beecher frames domestic work as political influence, casting white women as the nation's civic and moral backbone. In this book, she didn't envision a new nation. She simply argued for white women's inclusion in the white Christian nationalist vision. Even though Mariah W. Stewart had articulated domesticity as a nation-building project 7 years before Catherine Beecher's book came out, Beecher is still widely credited by historians today as the first person to synthesize this political ideology. This often ignored history shows how a political ideology like Republican motherhood can both be used as a source of empowerment and oppression. It just depends on who's wielding it. Did you learn about any of this history? And how does this history help you reframe and understand what's going on now?